We are live, yes. So, hi everybody for people who just coming here for the first time that see us live. Welcome on our pages. So, the purpose of this live is to give some inspirations to any employees, to any business, traditional business owners, or people who have been looking for ways to make more, to earn more from home without leaving their current jobs. So we are live now from Germany and Australia. I have a special guest, David. So I've been wanting to have him for months. Now he's here.
Ooh, Debbie, pressure's on.
So because many of people just see women running the business, why so less of men doing the business? So
Hmm.
that's why one of the reasons why I have you as well on board here. So before we get started into business questions and answer, so can you please introduce about yourself, about a little bit about your background, David? By the way, thank you so much for coming here today.
Not a problem. I almost forgot, lucky you sent me a text message earlier because I thought we were tomorrow night, but then I looked at my watch and the date. Oh, no. I said Monday night. Yeah, so thanks for reminding me, Debbie. So anyway, first of all, thank you very much for asking me. I'm quite honoured when someone who is not really I don't really know them that well asks me for an interview. It's so not overwhelming, but it's very. I'm honoured to do it, and I really love doing that. That someone's reached out, they've seen me do an interview, and they've reached out. I think this is, how awesome is this? How awesome is our community? But so a bit about me. I'm 57. I live in Sydney, although I've lived in Sydney for about 20 years, but this is not my hometown. My hometown is Newcastle, which is 3 hours north of Sydney by the beach. That's where I grew up. But I joined the army when I was 30, so 28 years ago, I joined the army. And the last place that I was posted to was Sydney when I discharged from the army. I had an accident in the army, so I had to discharge because I wasn't physically not fit enough, mentally, body wise fit, like aerobically fit enough, but body wise I'm physically not fit enough, so I had to leave. And we stayed in Sydney because my daughter wanted to stay here, so that's why we stayed here. So I've got two kids. My daughter's almost 25 and my son is almost 22. They both live here. They both work. Both very independent, very strong-minded. I can't tell them anything, obviously. Haven't been able to tell my daughter anything since she was 13. So anyway, but yeah, so that's me. Like I said, I was in the army. Had a 13-year career in the army, but had to discharge. Before I joined the army, I was doing some bit of landscaping, bit of construction, truck driving, anything I could do really, because I never went to uni before. I never had a formal education before that. But when I was in the army, I did a business degree, and when I left the army, I started my own little landscaping gardening business, just myself, ran it by myself. I was quite comfortable, but then my physical injuries from the army caught up with me, and I just couldn't keep doing it. So yeah, I could not keep doing that, so I had to look for something else. Yeah, so that's me in a quick little introduction.
Thank you so much for giving that story about yours. Yeah, of course, life throw us some challenges, right? We never
Yeah,
know that we will stop doing the previous work that we've been proud of, right? Like being in
yeah,
an army. Of course, we would have like a good pension plan and stuff like that, right? We never knew about it, and then you build your own business in landscaping, which is a totally different kind of thing compared to the army. So what brought you here? It's another type of, this is the digital business, which is completely different compared to the other two things
it,
that you've
it is. It
done.
is. It's like a complete 360, isn't it? From what I've done
Yeah,
previously, it is. Well, to
exactly.
tell you the truth, because as I said, I left the army. Then I was doing the construct like lawn mowing gardening business. I wasn't actually looking for an online business. That's not what I was looking for. I was online because we have employment agencies here online, which I'm sure in Germany, anywhere around the world will have the same. I was actually just looking for something like an office job or just a driving job where I didn't have to do physical, like driving a truck, something, just because I needed to work. But as I'm looking at, I'm doing something positive, looking at work. I'm also looking at Facebook, aren't I? And this ad kept popping up, and I saw the digital business, and I'd never thought they're not real. I can't believe them, because you see some of them. Here's a guy with a Ferrari or a gold chain, and I'm making millions. I'm thinking, that's impossible. No way. It can't be real. No. So I never paid much attention to it. But the lady who was advertising it, she actually lives in Sydney, and she would put photos of herself, of her daughters. And I thought, she's a real person. I should give this at least click on the, at least click and get some more information. And so that's where it all started. We were friends for months before I decided to get into this business, because I asked her a lot about it. She said, look, if it may not be for you because you've never done this before, so I won't push you. It's your decision. We will still be friends if you don't decide to do this. And I didn't be your friend, so you would do this. So she was 100% honest, and that's what I loved about it from the beginning. And that's what brought me to digital business.
So you have a good job, right? I mean, you have you had a business before, and then why do you think it's necessary for you at that time? I don't know how long you've been doing the business, if I may ask, Dave.
It's coming up to 3 years. I could still be doing that lawn mowing, gardening business, or I could, like I said, driving a truck or something. But what I was stressing about the future, because in Australia, the retirement age for a male now from the government, before I can qualify for a pension, is 70.
Oh, wow.
I didn't qualify for an army pension because I hadn't been in long enough. If I was still there now, I could get the pension now, but unfortunately, I missed out by a few years. It just happened, and I didn't qualify. And so I started thinking of the future, like not so much my kids, because they're older, they can look after me, but I needed to look after myself. And I thought, driving a truck, I don't know if I want to do that for the rest of my life. I need to do something else. And that's what led me to, the more I researched this digital business, the more I became interested in it. And like I said, finally, I thought this might be the winner that I've been looking for. This could be it. And almost 3 years down the track, it's proving that it is. And I've just come. I won't jump ahead with what I was going to say just then. I'll let you ask me the questions. But yeah, I'm very happy that I made that decision almost 3 years. It's August will be 3 years. So I'm quite happy with the decision I made. I mean, I didn't just jump in and think I'm going to get into this business. I did do my research, and
of course. Yeah, especially what we've known for decades was like doing the physical jobs. Yeah, like what you said, to go to the army and then do some businesses, traditional, that what we know physically that we can see and do, right? And then do the truck driving or whatever. That's what we've known. But the digital business have been thriving for the past years, and it's new, completely new for us. Of course, we do our due diligence, and watching the webinar was the first step. I believe we all got there at first. So
but I think sorry, Debbie, just to add a little bit to that, and like what you said at the start, I think when I did watch that webinar, I was the only male on the, I didn't see a male. I think the only male was the host of the webinar, and he'd been doing this for years. So that made me also think this is maybe just for females. It's not a male. It's not for males. But I was thinking wrong then. It's for everyone. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for pointing it out, because some people also ask, is it only for women? Basically, no. With all backgrounds, we have, like you have army backgrounds and landscaping background and a construction background, but here you are doing the business for almost 3 years, digital, which is completely different. So what I take some notes before that you don't want to do physical job, and you want to be financially independent when you are 70. That's a long way to go there. to keep working if you're just doing the physical job, right? So with this business, you can just do it simply from home. So another thing, of course, like you said, you did your own research, right? You contacted that lady who you saw your ad, and then what made you convinced, or what make you sure that this is the one for you? What are the 2-3 top things that you, of course, you've searched as well any kind of other businesses, either online or offline. So, but what makes this business stand out for you, Dave?
Well, one of the main things was, like I said before, she was honest. She had photos. We became friends on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So social media was where we first met. And she had photos of her children.
Mm-hmm.
She's I've never spoken to her children, but she said, "Oh, this is her name, that's her name." She goes to this school, she goes to that school. We got a bit personal, like in our lives, which I thought was great.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got interested in the digital business, I thought this is what I should be looking at. I started looking at other digital businesses,
Mm-hmm.
but I still haven't come across, and I don't look now. Obviously, I don't look anymore, but back then I was looking around because I thought if I'm going to do digital business, I want to make sure I'm in the right one.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm her friend doesn't mean it's the right one, because I only just knew her a few months. But not one of the other digital businesses had like you see a face there, but there was no one. There's no interaction. There was no personal interaction with anyone. I might as well have been talking to a brick wall because I got no replies. It was like an automated. Everything was automated.
Yeah.
Whereas her, we could talk on like a Zoom meeting or on Messenger or anything like that. If I had a problem, like before I joined up with her, if I thought, no, can you just answer this one? And she could have turned around and said, look, you're asking way too many questions, but she didn't. She answered every question honestly. And maybe I was testing her, I'm not sure, but everything was honest. And that's what really won me over to her, to this digital business. And she explained to me, once I got into it, there's training, because as we just said, I was a truck driver, ex-army. I didn't know anything about digital business. I thought, what do you do with a digital business? I get online and say hello to people. What do I do? But the training was unbelievable. I've learned so much from the training that this digital business, this particular platform gives us. Going from zero experience to like up here, I'm still learning, obviously. And I look outside the box now. I look for other resources to learn more and more and more. And I'm forever learning. Because if you look in my little white box here, I'm a digital business owner. That's all I do now. Because I was able to stop doing that, the lawnmower and gardening, because I do this now. So my days are filled with running my digital business, but also learning more and more and more. And that's what this digital business platform gave me, the training that it's provided. It's not just sign here, we'll take your money and good luck. Nothing like that at all. There's support. There's so much support there. Like from you from Germany and some of the friends that we've got in common now in Australia, like in the US. Like I spoke to some the other day that know you, who met me. They're in the US, and I wouldn't have known them 6 months ago. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the support, like one or two of them have reached out. Dave, if you got any problems, just reach out and ask me. I'm here to help. Which I think is unbelievable. No other platform would offer that. It's like you're talking to, like I said, a brick wall, or hello, no one there.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, there's so many. You asked for 2 or 3 benefits. I could tell you 100 with this platform, because I love it. I really love it. I cherish it. I'm so passionate about it too now. I really love it.
Yes, exactly. Of course, yeah. An honest business will make us feel comfortable especially if it's legit, if it's transparent enough, how that we can do the taxes as well in our own country wherever we are. Yeah, it's also important because we need to follow the law, and of course paying taxes is our one of our obligations, yeah, in any countries. And the honesty, it's the same with you. I also ask many of questions before I built my business here about the taxes. I'm afraid if I because I'm living in a foreign country, if something wrong with the taxes, then I will be send back to my own country.
Oh,
So, and then about you said the real person, of course, there are plenty of online businesses out there. And then when we ask questions, there is robot
yeah,
answering
yeah,
questions,
yeah.
right? So it's not like, there is no personal interaction. I so agree with you. So there is a human there that replying on our inquiries based on our own particular questions. And you said about the training as well, the support, agree. We never seen each other. We never knew each other, Dave, but I've seen your story in our community. That's why I was inspired and have you here. So the training, we don't have to be like smart in technology. Some people say, oh, I'm here, I'm 65 years old, can I do this? I never touch anything about businesses, can I do that? We can, we all can, because all the support or the training that we have here in the business, there is anybody can do this.
Exactly.
So last but not least, you've been in the business for almost 3 years. Just say 3 years. It's not plain, for 3 years. It's you already ups and down. You experience of course, in any kind of business, we want to have results, which is the income, right? But outside of that, you don't have to say the figure. What are the financial or the personal impact that you really get from the business?
Well, the main personal one, the very top of my list, I could say. Forget income for a minute. The very top personal one. I don't stress anymore about the future, like this retiring at 70. And how am I going to retire? You cannot live in Sydney, in Australia, on the pension that the government pay you. It's impossible. Okay, I don't care who you are. It's impossible. So I was stressing about that. What do? Do I ask my kids, can I move in with you when I stop work? Or they don't want that because they've got their own, and I don't want that either because they've got their own lives and kids to raise. They don't want granddad there in the back room, come and take me to the toilet.
Yeah.
They don't want that. So the personal satisfaction that and now I'm not thinking of, when I'm 70, what am I going to do? I'm thinking now at 70, I'm still going to be doing this. I'm thinking, geez, I hope my brain's good enough I can do another, like a good post on social media or go out. Like today I was in the city, in the harbour, like Sydney Harbour, Sydney Opera House. Everyone knows that. And I was in there, I did took some pictures and already put them on Facebook now on social media for people to look at and to say, oh, look at Sydney. And I've already got people saying, oh, Sydney looks beautiful today. And it was. And I know at 70, the Harbour Bridge is still going to be there, and so will I. And I'll still be in there taking photos of it and putting on my Facebook page or my social media, whichever social media. So that's giving me that peace of mind. I don't have to, I'm not stressing about the pension, trying to live off a pension. And with the income side of things, getting back to that, I've just returned from 3 weeks in Vietnam because I've got a lot of Vietnamese friends in this business. And I've met 2 of them in Australia, but so many like support me and help me and answer questions, or I answer questions for them, help with English, etc., etc. And one day I said, oh, I'm dreaming of going to Vietnam. One of my friends over there said, stop dreaming, go and buy a ticket and come here. So the very next week I was there because I thought, so I did. I'm not a millionaire by any standard, but I'm comfortable that I could go and buy a ticket. And I've just spent 3 weeks in Vietnam, which I had the time of my life. I met so many business owners, but not just business owners. They're my friends. So I don't class them, and I don't introduce them now as business owners or business partners. I introduce them as my friends because they're all my friends, and I cherish every one of them. I had such a ball. Everywhere I went, I was looked after, and this digital business has given me that. So it's peace of mind that way, peace of mind about my future, and the income, like, I don't have to stress about getting that pension at 70.
Yeah. I can imagine that. Like that lifestyle that we've been dreaming to travel abroad, and then we can afford it. Yeah, we don't have to ask our boss or supervisor to get approved to travel, right? Or to get in queue to get approved to travel abroad, right? So we have that time flexibility. So we can always come. It's also one of the results that you stop doing the landscaping and then you just do this business full time, which means you earn good enough to afford yourself for the pension later, right? So it's the result as well. So financial freedom. You can afford for anything that you want to do, and then the time flexibility that it's all yours. You can do whatever you want whenever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that you finally have a peace of mind, like you said, for the pension plan that you're building right now. So
Yeah.
before we close this, what do you want to say, Dave? For, of course, we're skeptical, right? You waited for a few months. I also waited for a few months to get started with the business. So what do you want to say to people who out there who don't feel like, is this for me? Is this even real? Who are
Well,
skeptical?
I don't like to say if I can do it, you can do it. That's an
Mhm.
old cliche that and everyone says,
Mhm.
and I hate saying this. I won't say that, but I come from a background entirely different to this, as we've said. I've done a 360 in my career because this is my career, this is my job, this is my life now,
Mhm.
and I done my due diligence, as we call it. I researched. I didn't just look at this one. I looked at other ones, and I thought, you know what, I can do this. This is something I can do with the right training, the right support behind me. I can do this because I'm not shy in asking for help. If I'm in trouble, I'll put my hand up. Okay,
Mhm.
it's something I learned in the army. If you're in trouble, put your hand up because no one wants to see you get shot. Put it that way. So
Mhm.
I don't want to use that analogy, but you know, if you need help, there's always help in this business. And I knew that would be the case because my friend, the person who introduced this to me, she said, "You always got support. I'm always here for you." But it blossomed from her being there for me to like I said, I've just been in Vietnam and I met so many people and they're all there for me and I'm there for them. You're there for me. Vicky
Mhm.
in Adelaide, at my friend, our mutual friend, she's there for me. So, and that's one thing. So, people who are skeptical, don't think you're stepping into this by yourself because you'll never be alone. You got a global community. There's 200,000 people around the world now that do this business. I think the only place it's not done is in maybe Antarctica. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe there is someone down there in the ice doing it. Who knows? I don't know. But what I'm
Exactly.
saying is, it's good to be skeptical because you're being sure. But one thing I will point out: don't come into this business thinking next week you're going to see zero zero zeros in your bank account because it
Wow.
doesn't work like that. It's not get
Mhm.
rich quick. Trust me, it takes time. And I'll just tell you quickly. At the start, I started off up here, and I was going really well. But then I went down like that, and I just didn't know, have I done the right thing here? But what I did, I stepped back and I thought about it. I thought, you know, I came into this positive mind. I need to get my positive mindset back again, which I did. I worked on that myself, a bit of support here and there. But now I'm going like this again. And I'm up here and I won't go back down there because I persevered. So if you get into this business and, you know, 2 months down the track, you think, oh, this is not for me. What have I done? Stick with it. The results will come. Persevere. Reach out to someone. Reach out to your coach, your mentor, another business partner who might be going through the same thing. Just reach out to people. There's always someone there to help you. So if you are skeptical and you're umming and ahhing about this business, yes, do your research, but trust me, trust Debbie, trust anyone that you want to talk to in this platform. This is a good platform. It's honest. It's not like made up. It's real. It's a real business. As Debbie said, we pay tax. I pay tax here in Australia.
Mhm.
Australian tax rules are very, very strict. And as
Mhm.
Debbie said, she doesn't want to get deported back to Indonesia. I don't want to
Yeah.
be put in jail because they will. If you avoid taxes in Australia, they put you in jail. And I don't want that. So we pay our taxes. So if that's not legitimate, I don't know what is. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If that's make us peace of mind as well that it's legit in any countries that we run the business. It's legit, pay taxes, and of course the result for each person is different. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a
Yes.
real business. It's no different from like a brick or mortar or traditional or offline businesses. It's generating income, good income. Of course, it can replace your current salaries. Yeah, like Dave had a business before, and then now he's doing this one full time, meaning that the result from this business is giving him a good value, right? So thank you so much, Dave, for sharing your journey. I hope this inspires and answers some questions that are from your page and from my page as well. So thank you so much. And don't forget, before we close this, everything starts with webinar. Okay. If you guys want to know what we're doing in the business, go watch the webinar, put your comment below. We will send you the link directly, and you can feel free to chat with us, and then we guide you all the way. What's the next step? And then about all the questions, we will answer for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Debbie,
Yeah.
thank you so much again. Thank you so much again for inviting me. Like I said, I feel honored when someone that I don't know reaches out and asks me for an interview. I feel really honored, and yeah, I get a bit overwhelmed sometimes, and so yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, then see you guys in the next live. Bye for now.
Bye.